Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and I am here to react to the trailer for episode 3 of Street Woman Fighter season 2. So I know normally I do these a little bit earlier, but I was out of town this past weekend, and I also needed to rest my voice just a little bit because of a lot of the battles required a lot of my voice, and I'm still teaching as well full time, so it's just kind of a mix of I needed that rest. So thank you guys for your patience. I apologize again for the delay for this particular video, but my goal is to slowly get back on track in the next coming weeks. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it.
Music video 느낌. That was crazy. 역시 이건 leader video.
So the dancers have been chosen. So they show, I'm assuming they're going to show behind the scenes
파트가
of
한
these dance
번도
videos.
없었어서 아무것도 지금 하는 게 없어가지고 거의 メインダンサーなのに私に決定権があるってことですもんね。
Downey.
Interesting that she,
a little bit out. Downey timing. Downey, be careful your timing.
계속 반복되니까 대답도 하기 싫은 거예요.
They don't want to answer.
With Downey.
What the hell?
She didn't fully trust me as a leader.
나를 배제하는 느낌이어서 너무 서러운 거예요. 하고 싶어.
워스트 댄서를 지목해 주시길 바랍니다.
Worst dancer. I choose.
리더 개그 자격 미달이 워스트 댄서입니다.
最悪でしたね. 아 너무 화가 나죠.
다음 미션은 바로 K-pop
K-pop
데스매치
deathmatch
미션입니다.
mission, which
최초의
I've
탈락
already
발생하게 됩니다.
reacted to that one. Definitely check that out for sure.
같은
Two crews who
엔터테인먼트를
chose Team
선택한
Entertainment.
그룹끼리 1대1
They'll have a
맞대결을
one-on-one
펼치게
match.
됩니다.
원하는 곳으로 이동하는 거야. 진짜 제발 팀만 와라. 올리는 거 아니야? 다 오면 어떡해요?
곡 쟁탈전을 통해 맞붙을 두 크루가 결정됩니다.
이 곡을 못 가지면은 새로운 곡을 해야 되니까
절대 뺏겨서는 안 된다. 장난치려고 온 것도 아니고 진지하게 임해야 되는데 쿵쿵 더 가야 된다고. 거의 뭐 멘붕이었죠. 왜 자꾸 회의가 왜 그러냐? 빡세게!
So we get to see the rehearsal process
연습을 하면 할수록 더 안 맞았네.
of
느낌이
these.
들었어가지고 위기감을 느꼈던 것 같아요.
곡 쟁탈전에서 패해 방출된 크루는
한 팀이 저만큼 받은 거야?
입니다.
우와. 어이구. 저게 말이 돼?
Okay.
위기였던 것
So
같아요.
okay. So let's talk about it. So this episode is pretty much a just them filming the concept versions of their respective videos. You get to kind of see how they work in that field. I will say this, you know, I am excited to react to those for sure. I don't know if they'll have them released tomorrow, but that would be really cool if they did. So you just kind of get to see the dynamics of how people work in this kind of set. I know a lot of these girls have experience working as backup or working in these contexts, so I'm very curious how their differences are going to be shown here. I will say I am tad bit surprised that she was chosen as main dancer for her particular set. I'm assuming that based on what the captions say. Not because she didn't do a good job. No, that's definitely not what I'm saying. I do feel that the one who created it, I think she carried that really nice, cute nuance, but also showcase she stood out, you know, based on my full cam version of watching the rookies. So I feel like I know for her, she's used to, you know, I don't know if her scope and their scopes overlap in any way, not sure, but I feel like if you're feeling, it is hard to not be frustrated if you keep being a target. And I also don't know if Latrice is being a little too nitpicky about the concept, or if she's genuinely making those mistakes and she's just being held accountable. That's always a big thing to note with these. So I know that that's like natural tension that would happen. Like I would be upset as well. I think this is just an evil edit right here. I don't think this is happening whenever Latrice said that. I don't think that's happening at all. You know, I don't think so. And also, you don't know, she doesn't trust me as a leader. She's talking about Downey or she's talking about who? You know, and yeah, it's frustrating. I would be frustrated too if I kept getting called out, especially if I was doing my best. However, you can't negate the fact that if I'm genuinely making those mistakes, it is up to myself to be held accountable to them, especially in this particular instance, you know? So I do think it's interesting that they have to pick the worst the worst dancer. It's not necessarily, I don't think it's going to be worst dancer. It's probably who is the worst to work with, I think would be what they're choosing off of, which they could have called it that. And then the K-pop. So if you haven't seen my K-pop challenge reaction, I've already reacted to all 8, and I've already kind of cast my vote of who I think won the respective their respective battles. But remember in the trailer they were showing how Leah Kim was her crew was eliminated from a K-pop challenge, so I'm assuming it's this part, not the actual K-pop challenge itself. So because remember it was like excluded from JYP, so I'm assuming 1mil is about to pick, they're gonna go for the JYP, but JYP has an overflow, and so they're probably the crew that got the least amount of votes. So that's gonna be my guess, if that makes sense. So that actually makes me feel, I feel like I'm understanding the show a little bit better, which is good. So I'm assuming based on the context of this, they are wanting to actually, if there's more than 2 crews in a room, then they have to battle it out. So it looks like there was a group that had a group of 3, so one of them got knocked out and placed in a different song. So they're competing for the songs. So that also means too, whoever gets eliminated will probably have to, they have twice the amount of work to make their set captivating for the challenge, which I find to be interesting, you know. But also they're showing kind of what it's like to rehearse crews. Whenever you're in a high competitive, high pressure environment, you're gonna get these instances a lot, and it's really tricky whenever you have a set number of people, especially whenever you compete on like the Olympic level competitions, not like that equivalent. You run into those issues of some people get overworked because they want to be a certain caliber and they want to be consistent. The more we practice, the less we dance in sync. If you as a leader are noticing that, then you guys should take a break. That's from a personal example thing. If you're noticing that you're getting worse and worse, you need to stop. You need to take a brain break. You need to come back to it at a different time. You need to disassociate, because the more you're trying to push, the worse it's going to get, because your body, it's a psychological battle on top of your physical battle. Like, you have to take physical breaks and you have to take cognitive breaks as well in these types of circumstances, because sometimes when you come back to something, you may be able to look at it from a different viewpoint because you've separated from it. So that's just I hope that they ended up taking a break, but I will say it's very frustrating, especially when the turnaround time is as short as it was. For sure. Dance crew failed from the battle for the song. So this was what we saw in the trailer. Now we don't know who all got eliminated from what. So whenever the episode airs, I don't believe that's going to be a highlight that I react to. So just drop a comment whenever I start doing the highlights tomorrow. Just let me know what who won, who didn't, and just kind of give me your thoughts on that. I'm always a fan of the discussions. It's always great. So we have some tiers here, but we don't know what the tiers are either. Do you know what I mean? Like, just because we saw them cut where they wanted to place them doesn't mean that that is what happened in the truest context of what it was. But also, we all know this, and we're here for a good time and to watch it and enjoy it. So I liked it. It's gonna be a great episode that we see tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was enjoyable in some way. I don't know how I feel with the trailers and how you know these come across in comparison to the analysis, because I'm not really analyzing anything. I'm truly just reacting to the show, and especially I really enjoy the discussions that we have, because like I've said already, I don't really react to the entire show. I just react to the dance performances and the battles that are affiliated with it for the sake of the scope of the channel, and for me it maintains my objectiveness and what I'm looking at versus being emotionally affected by what has happened, whether it's tension or drama or those types of things. I just am healthier reacting to these dance performances when I don't have whether it's evil editing or just context that can come across in a negative way. So that's just a me thing, but I love hearing it from you guys, so please keep letting me know your thoughts and everything, and I will check you on the flip side. Bye.